Good morning guys, how are you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Forex update for today. So we will go over to those charts. So Euro US dollar first, as usual. So you can see on the daily, we are looking like we're gonna potentially break this sell line and see a move, I would have thought, at least down to the 200 day or this horizontal we've got coming in here. It's a pretty high probability scenario. We just need a daily close below this horizontal level that we've got here. On the 12 hour you can see more clearly this sort of head and shoulders pattern that we've got forming. So if we do break below that neckline, which is also incidentally the same level, then yeah, potential move down to the 200 day. And then on the 4 hour, do we have anything TD wise? I mean, yeah, in the 4 hour TD wise, you can see we kind of price got caught by this 4 hour 9, so you can almost forgive price for not basically dropping there straight away. But obviously 1 to 4 candle correction off this 4 hour 9, which we potentially had, and then we don't have the TD to stand in our way for the move down. So I am looking at this is a very for me a very high probable move down, so definitely something to keep an eye on there. Cable, sorry, my internet's been a little bit slow this morning, so just bear with that fact. Yeah, cable, you can see we had a 4 hour 9, but no reaction off it really. It held up price, but we didn't trade, close any candles back above it, so no long trade to enter there off that 4 hour 9. 12 hour, nothing really TD sequential wise on the 12 hour. You can see we've got this sort of horizontal level coming in from these highs and this bulk of price action here. And this sort of sell down there, but I mean the main one was this one that we've broken below. Let's have a look, as you can see even on the daily. I mean the daily you can see it more clear, this sort of horizontal we're currently at. So I mean this could potentially support the price action, but I would expect what is more likely is we're going to see more downside now we're back in this channel, and potentially test the bottom side of that channel. Dollar index is still looking like it's strengthening up here. So nothing TD wise on the daily, but we are above that TD daily 9 now, so that is potentially signaling an uptrend now, a potential uptrend. How far it'll go up, we'll have to find out, but yeah, there's a 200 day, so that would obviously be a first target, and it is roughly again in line with this horizontal here. So yeah, that's why I got the arrow pointed 200 day, and then if we break the 200 day, I mean I would suggest the top of this horizontal here would be a reasonable target. So look at the 12 hour. We won't have anything TD wise on the 12 hour. A couple of combo and aggressive 13s down there. 4 hour, do we have anything interesting? Nothing really on the 4 hour. We had a 4 hour 9. There's your acceleration into the 9 for the people that preempt the 9, seeing the 8 candle looking weak, and then you get slammed in your face. This happens a lot, so just be aware of that fact. And yeah, so we did though top out around that level and then come down, test this horizontal, now back up to the horizontal. But this is looking relatively bullish, relatively ascending-y, triangle-y, if that's even a real word. But yeah, that's kind of what that's looking at. So I would be looking for a move up in this dollar index. Euro sterling. We'll start on the daily like we usually do. Euro sterling, yeah, Euro sterling's had a bit more of a pump now. So what this now looks to me like, not like we were re-entering the triangle. It looks like we basically back tested it now, and now moving onwards and upwards. So I mean this is a level here, break above this level, yeah, definitely close the daily above here, then yeah, continuation upwards I'd expect. So far as this triangle concerned, I think it's fully invalidated now. And we basically back tested it and come off it now, so we will delete that at some point, but we will leave it on for the time being. Remember, 200 days below price, so and we have the moving averages in the correct posture as well, almost all pointing upwards, nearly. So this is nearly going to be a sort of a bullish consensus with the moving averages soon if we get a bit more bullish price action. So that could trigger more of a long-term trending move upwards in this euro pound. Yeah, 12 hour kind of held up on the 12 hour. It kind of did push us back in. I mean, that's what I think this move was probably predicated on this 12-hour 9, the weakness that caused, and now we're basically back pretty much above it now. Well, not above it now, but we traded back above it, closed above it, traded above it, and I think this is probably relatively looking bullish now. It was just a back test of the triangle. Obviously yesterday when we looked at it, price action was here back in the triangle under the 12-hour 9, so it was looking pretty positive, but maybe this does want to go up. Like I said, moving averages on the daily are looking pretty, well, they are looking bullish. You don't get, well, they could all be sloping upwards. They're currently not all sloping upwards. Some of them are a bit flat, but so this could have a lot of pressure to the upwards, upwards a lot of pressure to the upside soon. So yeah, I'll potentially be looking for longs. We do seem to actually have a bit of a horizontal top here as well, which we've sort of got drawn in. The risk line here, so the TD risk line. So yeah, I mean, I think we are basically consolidating here, and once we break out either the top or the bottom of this, we'll have a big move, and that is obviously clearly what we've got drawn on. But my what am I trying to say? My bias would be for the break to be to the upside, but obviously you don't have to trade any bias. You just wait for the trade to come to you, wait for the breakout or breakdown to come to you. Tightening formation here, tightening formation. Are we gonna break? Are we gonna lose this trend line, or are we gonna bounce off it and make a move upwards and upwards to basically above this high? Nothing TD wise really to help us here. I mean, this is a good entry for a trade because you just have a tight stop loss. I mean, you could be long here, have your stop loss under this wick low, and I mean, you can either target here or here. Just have a trailing stop. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Yeah, it's sort of playing out a bit of a tightening formation too. Market's deciding what it wants to do in this one. Not a lot to read. Have we got anything to read TD wise? Not a lot to read TD wise. Let's have a look at the 12-hour and the daily. Yeah, we're sort of in a channel really. In a larger time frame, we're basically in a state of equilibrium. So maybe just more ranging price action, no real trend. So based on that, I would probably expect just a move upwards, just a drift upwards in a no real direction market. Moving averages as well, we are just, I mean, you can see on the daily, moving averages are all pretty clustered and not doing much, and 200-day completely flat, and we were near enough to at the 200-day-ish. So no real direction in this market. So again, like we've got this arrow above here, upwards, below here, downwards, and that seems to me the logical movement. Euro dollar, Japanese yen. So we broke down our level, rejected that level. Looks like we're going to come down. If we test this and bounce off this, which we may not do, but again, this is the same. You can see our moving average cluster on the daily altogether. Not a lot, basically nothing, no real trend to read. Obviously, this upward level, this downward level, break one of those, then we potentially have a move. Do we get anything on the 12-hour around here? Nearly a 12-hour 9. See, preempting that one would have worked, but doesn't always work. Yeah, we back tested that horizontal, rejected from it, and I would expect us to at least come down to here and then either break that or go back up. But this I think will be an important level. If we break that, we accelerate to downside, or we will potentially bounce off that. Not much really TD wise on the 4-hour. Right, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. We'll go to daily first. Nice daily 9, price came down, nice tweeze the bottom candle, and now we're just consolidating. So yeah, more direction in this one. Obviously, clearly we're under the 200 and it's sloping down, sort of been guided up by these lower time frame moving averages. So what I expect will happen here will be a classic pinch between these moving averages, between the 200 and these shorter time frame ones, and then we'll kind of get squeezed into a point around here. So that would imply obviously upwards movement and no real break of the range, and obviously clearly that is the middle of the range. So I would expect this probably to drift its way back up, in all fairness, just base. But obviously if we come up and break straight above, then yeah, but if we break down here, then yeah, clearly we'll expect some downside if we break below here, probably around to target around this level here. Euro Japanese yen. Daily is nearly got a 9. Well, we got a 9 tomorrow. I must have spoke about this yesterday. Nearly a 9 tomorrow. We had the breakdown of that 9, perfectly target of 200. We're probably gonna say probably famous last words. I think we'll get a 9 tomorrow, and the 9 will touch the 200 day, and then we'll potentially get a bit of interplay with the 200 day, and then eventually we will take out reverse and go back up. That's what I expect here. Moving averages relatively flat, but obviously the faster period's moving because this is a pretty sharpish move up. So yeah, that, I mean, tomorrow could be a good day to looking at the Euro Japanese yen. 12 hour, what have we got? Not much really. Not much to look at really in the 12 hour. The daily was a bit more clear on that one. And then the 4 hour, give us a nice buy entry. Nearly, it's above this level is your potential buy entry as well. We'll put this on for the 4 hour, but clearly we are going to be waiting for that daily close tomorrow. But this may end up being roughly around the level. Obviously with the daily coming in, you don't really want to be drawing these 4 hour ones, but we will just draw it anyway. Yeah, so there we go. Maybe it needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah, so a break of that, potential move upwards. I mean, we may start to move upwards, take this level out before we even get to the 9, and that 9 will be, that 4 hour 9 will be the trade. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, just nothingness here, guys. I mean, look, just this is like Bitcoin, just no price action, below here sell. I mean, above here buy as well now, to be honest, because we've been consolidating the same. It's above there, and then it'll probably touch either here and break that or bounce off that. That's what I expect to happen here. There's your targets on the 4 hour. I mean, we'll look at the 12 hour and the daily, but clearly there's going to just be 1-2s, pretty much. 1-1s, 1-1s and 2s, and yeah, and 2s and whatever, and just nothing going on here, guys. Yeah, I mean, potentially this just wants to go up, but we're getting held out by this, what was nearly a daily 9, what was a daily 9, until it turned into a 1. So yeah, maybe just some consolidation. Yeah, so I would actually think taking out this level buy, taking out that level buy some more, and then make loads of money when we go up to here. Not financial advice. Aussie dollar, US dollar, nice daily 9, nice uptrend. Moving averages, looking at the golden cross coming in soonish, in a week or so. Yeah, so maybe that will be the impetus. Maybe we're just going to test this cross, test this horizontal, bounce off that, and go back up. In fact, I will draw the bounce off that because that does look like a likely scenario. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at this daily. Yeah, I mean, we're just being held by the 9. You see how we got held by the 9 there, and eventually we break through. I think we're getting held more by this 9 because it's a double 9, and then I think we will eventually break through. That's what this looks like to me. The trend is your friend anyway. Look. Anyway, right. So this is a stock market forex pair. This is one of those ones that just looks like the stock market. So yeah, not really much on the 4 hour, 12 hour, sorry. 4 hours got to give us something. Nothing on the 4 hour either. US dollar, Canadian dollar. This is looking like we are going to take out this level. I'd probably look at a move down to here. Yeah, descending triangly. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is it. I mean, to be honest, we've got this level that we broke under. We've now got a new level to break under. So yeah, I think taking that out, if we take that out, then we are going down. We are coming down to this level. This would clearly be the target, and then it's a case of, does that support us, or do we just drop off the face of the earth? This isn't a long-term downtrend. This is a larger time frame downtrend. Let's have a look at the daily. Don't think we had anything on the daily. Yeah, not too much on the daily. I mean, we've got a horizontal here, so I mean, if we take this out, I mean, at least the bottom of that horizontal channel. Yeah, and then it's yeah, this is looking bearish. This is looking bearish. I mean, we dropped out of the descending triangle for a start, so we've hit that target. So now we're just sort of consolidating at that target before we potentially then resume this bear market. US dollar, Swiss franc. If I can load the right one up. Yeah, it's similar. This is the set. Yeah, I mean, this is similar. This is similar. We're looking at taking out. We're looking at coming down. Obviously, longer term, this is just as weak as well. I think we are. Yeah, I think we are looking at some downside in this. I mean, clear upside there. If you break this, that's the upside trigger. This is the downside trigger for acceleration, but I think we will come down to that. Pretty much is a sell right now, not financial advice. Right, 12 hour. Yeah, not much on the 12 hour, 4 hour. They're basically people that this looks like short covering, and the bulls, anyone trying to buy this for a breakout, bulls aren't getting paid. Eventually they're just going to sell their positions and this is going to go back down. That's my read on that market. Yeah, so we've broken up. Oh, but we got a 4 hour 9 holding up, maybe holding up price. I mean, this is quite a strong move, double 4 hour 9, but it's only 4 hours, so I mean, yeah, this could just hold up a little bit and then accelerate to the upside. That would be my guess on this. We've broken this level that we wanted to break. Yeah, a bit of indecision around the count. Oh, we got a 12 hour. We got a 12 hour 9, guys. Wait a minute. So we got a more powerful 9 coming in here, and we won't have anything on the daily. But yeah, we've got a 12 hour 9. So we basically already got this drawn in. We'll move this down a little bit. We've got this drawn in, and literally price is just like this thing seems to have a history of doing stuff like this. So yeah, interesting price action. But yeah, so I mean, really the continuation of buy then is just above this 9. So we'll just adjust that to here, and that's basically what we're looking at. I'd have thought US dollar Mexican peso. Come on, slow internet. Yeah, we've been held up by 12 hour 9 here also. But like I say, we've got it drawn. If we break above that, then we're just onwards and upwards. Break below here, test here, and if we break that lower. But yeah, we've got some clear defined horizontals here. We're right in the middle of the zone. No real need to change. No real bias on this market from this 12 hour anyway. So look at the daily. We are being a bit slow here, guys. Don't worry, we've only got a couple more things to look at. Daily, no real read off this daily. And then do we have anything interesting on the 4 hour? On the 4 hour, what do we have? Nice 4 hour 9, then nothing really, just a tightening formation. I mean, again, this high, look, we've got a high, lower high, sorry, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, almost. So if we take this level out, and especially I mean, this is the same level we've got drawn in. I mean, yeah, I mean, basically taking this horizontal level out here, I would propose a move just up to here, and then it's a case of, do we then break that and continue upwards? US dollar Turkish lira. Right, so on the 4 hour, nice uptrending pattern here, flat. Yeah, we've been guided up by the 21 on the 4 hour, but we are not going to look at the 4 hour first. We're going to get some bearings on the daily. Yeah, to be honest, this is very nearly a daily 9 here. This is this obviously is very close price action. So this is what's known by Tone Vase as a spirit of the 9. So this could very easily been an 8, which then would have made that a 9. So you could call this a 9 candle in all fairness, which is what I'm trying to say. So we will call a break below this candle as a potential sell level, because this is a spirit of the 9 scenario, where by spirit of the 9 I mean it could very easily have been a 9 if it wasn't for a few dollars in the close of this candle here. It only needed to close above this one here, above this open here, and it didn't. So sorry, this one there, and it was very close, and this one clearly is above both of them. So if that had just closed here, this would then be a 9. So just FYI, we don't see them that often, but when we do, we'll point them out. So that's a daily. So that has given me a downside bias size if we break below here. Obviously if we don't break below, onwards and upwards, but I am looking at a potential yeah, this is a potential pulling the price down. 12 hour, we must have had a 9 at some point on this, on the 12 hour. No, just a lot of price flipping. Yeah, we had a 9 here, held up price, and then we bust through. I mean, textbook trade there. Once you take out the top, buy, and then that's obviously what everyone did, and the price jumped up. 4 hour. Yeah, this is looking very ascending triangly. I've said that before. Yeah, 4 hours looking bullish on the 4 hour, but again, I think this daily 9 is probably what is yeah, causing a bit of an anticipation move. So can we accelerate into it, possibly and through this? That is likely, but then I'd probably expect us to come back down and retest it. But I mean, trend is your friend. Larger time frame term trend has been up. We've had a bit of a retrace, and now we've taken out this high here. Look. So this is looking bullish, constructive. Let's see where those daily moving averages. Obviously 200 daily is going to be well under the price. Like well under. There it is. Yeah, so we are. I mean, that is what I would propose is bearish about this, is a bearish factor, is that we could get dragged down towards this 200 at some point to retest it, but that could be up here somewhere and we could just consolidate in this zone. But yeah, so anyway, so that's it for today, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later.